Yo, home hearties, and welcome to episode 15 of the Lotus SMP, where oh my gosh, there is so much I need to catch you up on. Firstly, the weirdest prank I have seen, and unfortunately the footage I used originally that had all of this was kind of really bad, so I'll show you in the replay mod what was here. Someone brought the nether to my base, like just brought the whole nether here, including a ghast. Like, how? The ghast was in this little box. Like, how do you bring a ghast here? What the heck? However, there was a slight problem with the nether being here, which is the fact this is right where the next build needed to go. So yeah, as cool as it was, because I will admit, it was awesome, it did need to go. However, removing it was not as easy as I expected. Guys, we have got an emergency. The ghast has started shooting. The ghast started shooting. I heard explosion. Oh gosh. Oh. Yep. Yep. I can't even tell when it's shooting because it's silenced. It can't hit me when I'm hit. Go away. Oh. So yeah, didn't go as planned. And the thing is, that explosion was fairly problematic. I don't remember quite where it happened. Was it over here? Yeah, I assume this little pit here. It was a tragic loss, for in the chaos of that creeper explosion, the ghast also shot. And when I died, all of my stuff was dropped right here, at which point the ghast also shot down here and blew it up. Well, sort of. You see, I was actually quite lucky here, because most of my stuff got scattered, and although a ghast ball does explode, the explosion is not that big, and it is not that powerful, so my items around here didn't really blow up. There were only two things that got destroyed. And the reason they got destroyed wasn't even because of the explosion, it was because the fireball hit around here and set on fire these two blocks. And of course, one of my most important items landed right there, right where the place set on fire. And that is the story of the tragic loss of my sword. However, that was not the end of my troubles. Because you may have noticed, I'm missing a few things here. Like, just take a look at my inventory here. I've got 2 tools, stack of golden carrots, a stack of fireworks, my elytra, and a helmet. Because, well, stuff did not get better. So after clearing out this wonderful space here for the next build, I was like, right, okay, I'm gonna need some resources. And one of those resources is sand. But in that very moment, I looked blissfully into the eyes of my shovel and said, you're gonna need repairing. And so that's what I did. I went over to the wonderful Enderman farm. It was this Enderman farm, to be exact. The one we used to repair all of our items. However, you see, this farm was not quite as secure as we all thought. So as you may know, Enderman can't teleport on leaves or slabs, or any other sort of, like, not full block. And along with getting a lot of XP, the farm also gives us a lot of Enderman heads. And you see, we never liked picking them up, or carrying them home, or doing literally anything with them like throwing them in the void. No, instead we did the obvious thing and put them down. However, what none of us seemed to realise at that moment was that Enderman can teleport onto the heads. So, on my way back from the farm... So yeah, right here, I ended up dying to an Enderman, and most of my stuff went off the edge. The only things I saved, or by saved I mean found them back here, were the items I have now, minus those 4 ender pearls. And this is why I never spend diamonds. Like, I have been asked many times, like, hey, you have a bunch of diamonds, why don't you spend them? It is because of situations like this. because replacing all of my tools and enchanting them back to how good they were before, it costs a lot of diamonds. Which is exactly why I do not spend these wonderful diamonds often. They're basically my backup I forgot about that. So, you see, I don't know how many people have noticed, but, Rockco, the gas station that also sells rockets, seems to be really persistent in trying to put me out of business. And you see, I didn't really appreciate the billboard. So, I mean, like, you know, just tragic weather accident. I have no idea what happened to it, really. Actually, you know what I think? My best guess is that ghast actually, like, shot it. Like, you see, it is very close to it. And it has actually shot my shop. So, I mean, like, it's done it before, could have done it again. Honestly, tragic accident. Oh, no. Why is it all so expensive? Oh. Okay, so after getting some very expensive armor, like, seriously, look at this stuff. This is expensive. Especially when books are normally sold for 5 diamonds each. Like, each enchantment with a book here is another 5 diamonds normally. Just expensive. And you see, after that shopping trip, my plan was actually to move on to building this straight away. However, I can't. Mainly because this build is going to need over 12 stacks of concrete and a bunch of terracotta with that. Now, you see, concrete is a bit of an annoying thing to get because, as you can see, I have plenty of sand. But then there's the other material, which, unfortunately, I'm quite lacking. And gravel is not very easy to get. Because, I mean, you could go to a gravel mountain, but there's one slight problem. No one has found one on the server yet. So then it's like, oh, why don't you go to the ocean? Well, because the ocean is absolutely awful to mine in. Just everything scatters everywhere. And then, I mean, you could do what I was doing, which is flying around looking for gravel pockets like that and then mining them. But that kind of ruins the look of the place. So there is one final alternative, the Nether. And you might think, oh, that's a bit of an odd decision, Pineapple, especially with all of the fire and the lava and everything else dangerous. However, I have been meaning to go to the Nether for a long time. And the reason why is because, well, you can see, I've been wearing diamonds, like, this whole season. So how about I just make a bit of an improvement? So I have around 10 stacks of sand in my inventory, and of course the gunpowder farm, which has been working quite nicely. And so with that, we now have 2 stacks and 46 blocks of TNT. And so now, I think it's time to go netherite mining. Okay, so after that trip to the Nether, someone has stolen my shulker box with all of my valuables. Now, the thing is, this has happened before. Normally when I left my shulker boxes over here, and what they did was they hid it 1 block under the ground. And then they did it again, except this time, they hid it 2 blocks under the ground. So I'm gonna take a quick guess here, and say that there is a chance that it is 3 blocks. What? Okay, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Guys, you've increased too much. You're supposed to go 1 block at a time. But anyway, as I was saying, after that trip to the Nether, as you can see, I've got a fair bit of gravel. So we're starting to get productive here. Now, the thing is, the reason I needed my shulker box back was because I need to make another trip to the shopping district. I don't like spending diamonds. Really don't like this. So, up here, goodbye, wonderful diamond. I'll miss you. Ugh, hate spending them. Oh yeah, and I forgot to mention the biggest thing about being in the Nether. I managed to find a wonderful 20 ancient debris. So, of course, after smelting all of that up, I can place down a wonderful smithing table. Then I need to make it into the netherite. But now, here's the thing. I never wear a chest plate. Like, literally never. Because I always prefer having an elytron, but what that means is a chest plate is actually one of the few things that survived the incident in the nether, because of course I didn't even have it on me. However, because I don't use a chest plate, I don't see a point in making it netherite. But now that brings into question, what do I use the last 2 netherite ingots for? Because look, there's my helmet, there's my leggings, there's my boots, but I don't know what I should use those last 2 on. Because I mean, I could do my sword, or I could do a pickaxe, but then it's like, what pickaxe? Because I have 2. I don't actually know. So, special request here, guys. Can you please tell me what would be the best thing for me to put it on? But anyway, back to what we're supposed to be doing. So, as you probably remembered, I cleared out this wonderful space here. And that is, of course, because I am building. And the thing is, this is going to be the largest building so far. Like, it's bigger than the town hall. And the town hall took a fairly long time to build. So this one is going to take a bit longer. Especially since the resources used I can't even trade for. Because if you didn't know, with the town hall, I got most of the bricks from trading with the villagers in there. But this build is a bit different. So you can actually see in the chest here a lot of the stuff that I am going to need. And that chest still isn't complete. However, it is complete enough where I can get like the rest of the resources in 5 minutes. Meaning it is finally time to build. So with all of that said and done, I think that we should hop right into this time lapse for the biggest build yet. With that, we have finished today's build. And being completely honest, I really like it actually. I think it is probably the most unique build that I've done. I am slightly worried about the style of it though, because I don't know, it sort of seems to have a bit of a different style to the others, and I don't know if it's like, I don't know, too modern / futuristic. Like, I don't think it counts as futuristic, but it is sort of a bit more than modern. I don't know if that really makes sense, but I really like it. That shouldn't be there. Yeah, so I really like it. I think it is still a really nice design that does fit in, and it is definitely, like, more unique than any of the others. And it's also based off of a build in real life. Yeah, I wouldn't recommend trying to look at what building it is, though, because the style has actually completely changed. Basically, tip that I always recommend, if you are stuck on, like, a certain design, you're like, I know that I want, like, a building that would have this purpose, but I don't know what it should look like, just either, like, look around or go on Google or something and just find it. So it's like, for me, I decided I need a courthouse. And that is exactly what this is going to be. This wonderful build here is going to be the city court. Because, you know, some crimes have basically been happening recently. And I mean, it's not just the crimes and everything, it's also the suspicion of someone to commit a crime. And either way, every city just needs a courthouse. So yeah, as I said though, this is going to be the biggest building because unlike the others, I am doing the interior myself. Well, mostly. Because this is, of course, going to be like main lobby, it's going to be a main floor, it's going to have all of the essential stuff. The floor above us, with this, like, really big window, that is where the courts are going to go. So I don't know if there's gonna be one or, like, multiple courts, but, like, it's gonna go here. So I don't know if there's gonna be... What on earth was that? That just gave me the scare of my life. Oh my gosh, that must have been a creeper. Was it up there? Where did that... Oh my gosh, where did that come from? Okay, I'm gonna need to talk to the owner, which actually does very nicely bring me on to the next point, which I will explain in a second, but yeah, basically, so that main floor, that's going to be, like, the actual courthouse and stuff. there's the floor above it, which I don't have a purpose for yet, so if I can't find one, then it's going to be sold. Like, I will sell that floor specifically to someone, and also the top floor there, which I'm guessing would turn out to be like some sort of office. That is also likely going to be sold. And yeah, I actually really like the roof of this as well, because as always, like, we're going for a nice green sort of style city. We're trying to be renewable. So, we have some nice, like, plants here and everything. We have, of course, the ventilation that you're going to need. I forgot to actually add it, but there's going to be a ladder up here. And then, yeah, just, like, up here you have some more plants, and then I don't know what this is supposed to be, but it fits in, so yeah. My main guess is it would be some sort of satellite thing, but I've also just used it as a lightning rod, which is something you're probably going to see across a lot of the builds here. Basically, just like as this city grows, I'm going to be putting lightning rods around it, just so that stuff doesn't burn down. And I like hiding them, so yeah. But yeah, so back to what I said earlier when this blew up, I said that I was going to need to contact the owner, because I do not actually own this building. Or that one. Well, sort of. Basically, as I said, I was going to sell the buildings, and whilst you're not allowed to change the exterior, this is the main rule with the buildings, you're not allowed to change the exterior, and if you want to, then, like, please contact me first. However, you get full control over the interior. And you see, I had a very nice meeting with my wonderful client. As you can see here, for sale, 5 diamonds. Now, it does look small in here, and there are no stairs, and there is a bit of sandstone up there, which does need to change. But other than that, I mean, it's quite good.
Yeah, I could definitely see it. You could put like a little storage room right here. Make your way upstairs if you need to.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like right you are not only getting like this room, you're getting all of the room above as well. It all becomes yours. The entire interior becomes yours. You're allowed to change anything you want as long as it's interior. And you also have the building next to it, which now no longer belongs to Peanut. So this one does come with stairs. Don't worry, you don't get charged extra. I mean, ignore this. Would you be interested in buying both buildings? So, for 7 diamonds, you can own the rights to both of the interiors of these buildings.
Okay, you know, that's a steal. I like that.
Thank you, Dan. You know, this is why I like you. I can trust you. You're one of the people that I can trust.
Definitely.
Because I can trust you, right?
Yeah, of course. I mean, look at this. Would I do anything to betray you? I changed my vote for you.
Well, yeah, I know, but I don't know, those talks, maybe?
I don't know what you're talking about.
So you don't know anything about Seaman, Hey Squid, Rad? In that nice hidden bar that you showed my second in command?
Oh, you mean the lounge? Oh, we're just eating some milk and cookies.
You are now the proud owner of 2 buildings in Pine Coast City. You literally own 40% of this area.
Let's go.
Well, Dan, thank you for buying the buildings. I hope you enjoy them. Plenty of space for you to develop and stuff in there, and well, I've got to go and sort some stuff out in the town hall, so have fun, Dan. 7 diamonds, that was... maybe that was too cheap. Oh well, I'm sure they'll come in useful for something one day. So how did the sale go? It was successful. Dinesto now owns the 2 buildings. So does that mean you trust him now, or... I don't know. Well, is there anything I could do? Yes, there is. And I'll tell you later. Of course, sir.